Okay, don't you ever disrespect Clyde Edwards-Helaire like that again.
Look, that's a weird version of disrespect, but
Don't you
that's
ever
fine.
disrespect him again.
I think you feel disrespected, and you're projecting on Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Yeah. Maybe. Hey, welcome into That Kingdom Come, we're a podcast where we talk all things Chiefs and NFL. Hey, we're 13-1.
13-1, baby.
13-1. Hey, that is good for the best record in the NFL.
Yeah.
Even though I hate how it happened.
Our best start yet since Mahomes became starter, right?
Yeah. Since Mahomes, I was talking about how we're the last undefeated team. I hate that the Bills beat the Lions.
Yes.
You picked the Bills to beat the Lions. Don't you lie to these people.
I did, because I just knew that, again, Detroit hasn't played too many tough opponents.
I mean, that's true.
Every opponent's tough. It's the NFL, but I'm just saying, a more high-caliber functioning team on both sides of the ball.
Hold on.
Not necessarily defense, because the points were out of this world for that game.
But they played the Cowboys.
Oh, you got a good point.
Yeah, it's the Cowboys. The Cowboys are always so good.
Yeah, I take that back then.
Okay.
They played really hard teams.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they played a team that took our old city because we left because they stunk. The Dallas Texans.
Which is true.
That was the Chiefs, guys.
It's true.
Cool. All right.
Cooper Rush would have beat him.
With his 0 catches.
Huh?
Oh, Cooper Rush. Oh.
Sorry.
Cooper Rush,
I was thinking Cooper
Sucking
Kupp.
with his
0 catches. Hey, still 0 catches.
He did have 0
I wasn't
catches.
wrong.
True.
I wasn't wrong.
He's probably at least one in his career. Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Hey, he put up more points against the Panthers than we did, so I think he would have beat the Lions.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
He would have been lying.
What is happening right now? In case you guys don't know, I'm Justyn. That's Dionte. The voice from above is Josiah.
Whoa.
Or
From the
behind.
side.
Or behind.
What?
From an angle. The voice from an angle. Kurt Angle. I don't know what's happening anymore, guys. What is happening? Anyways, okay, so we're just kind of we're gonna start and roll out. All the news is
Autobots now.
yeah, Autobots roll out. Dude, I'm so messed up in the head right now. I gotta take this thing out of my ear because I used it to mix the audio, but now I can't hear myself think because it's so loud. So all of our news is injuries essentially, or injury related.
Terrible.
Isn't that bad?
Yeah.
It's injury related, not necessarily terrible.
I mean, it's been
So
part of our season this year.
I will start off.
Instead of drop balls, we're having drop players.
So oh my gosh, childish.
I'll drink to that.
Oh, footballs.
Yes.
Dropped footballs.
This
Got
is
it.
a football podcast.
Yes. Okay.
Instead of
Yep.
last
Hey,
year where
hey.
all the dropped footballs,
Right.
players are dropping
Yes.
in football games.
That is accurate.
Okay, cool.
Yep. On the same page now.
Got it.
I'm going to start off with kind of sad news. Sad news, but somewhat good news. I had it at the end of my news, but Chiefs and Clyde Edwards-Helaire have officially agreed to part ways. We love Clyde. Clyde's been a huge part of our championship runs. Yeah, man, it's sad to see him go. He was a big part of the city, man. He did a lot for the city. Helped out with the 15 of my homies. Helped out with the Kelsey's whatever. What is Kelsey's charity? Do you remember?
Kasomis.
He's stupid. But I mean, he was huge part in
87
helping.
and running. Sorry.
87 and running. Thank you. He was a huge part in helping
go?
keep some people safe during what happened at the parade. Kansas City has embraced him since he's been here, and while it's a long time coming, a lot of people saw this coming. It is still sad to see him go. He's definitely, I mean, he's just an all-around good guy, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Just a good guy. Nobody has anything bad to say about him, and really, he's going to take time, focus on his mental health, and I really wish him the best.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we wish Clyde the best, and we thank for all his contributions, even when been a healthy scratch these several months of this year. he still have contributed in just ways in the locker room,
Yeah.
on the field, on the
Positive
sidelines and
attitude.
stuff.
You
like
see him
that.
jumping
So,
around when big plays are made.
Yeah, man.
You see him being. He is a part
Gotta
of
have
the
that hype
team.
guy because
Yeah.
we didn't have Willie Gay, so
Right.
he was a hype man.
Yep. And he was a great one. Always. I mean, he's just a positive dude, man. So, Clyde, you're never going to see this, but in case you do, we wish you the best of luck, man. Yeah.
Quick note on the Chiefs record. In
Yeah.
2020, we started 14-1.
2020, 14. Okay, cool. 2020.
So, and then
I
we
didn't
lost in
realize
week
that.
17 against the Chargers, but we probably sitting everybody.
You're going to interrupt
Yes.
my tribute to Clyde Edwards-Helaire
Yes.
to go back to 2021, where we started 14-1.
2020.
2020. Awesome.
You're going to get yelled at.
Awesome. That's cool. Did we win the Super Bowl that year? Pretty sure we lost.
No, we won that year.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we won in our
We
hearts.
won in 2020 for
We
the
won in our
2019
hearts.
season. And then we lost to
No,
Tampa Bay that
no,
year
Technically, in 2020, we won the Super Bowl.
for the 2019 season.
Yes, but that was a Super Bowl winning year.
The season that started in 2020 is when we went 14-1 and lost
Yeah.
to Tampa Bay.
That was in 2021, though. The Super Bowl took place in 2021, so it doesn't count. That was a great year for the Chiefs.
I have boxing gloves in my trunk.
I like Clyde Edwards-Helaire, too.
Apparently you don't.
I do.
Hey, guys, remember that one time when Clyde was a rookie and we went 14-1 and he played okay? Remember that? You didn't
Yeah.
even mention Clyde once when you said that, hey, guys, the Chiefs were 14-1.
Look, his first game, I watched his first game while I was on my honeymoon. That was his first
Who'd
game.
we play?
I don't remember. Houston.
I saw you look down.
did.
Don't you play.
I did. Well, it's right here.
Bro. Clyde, I love you. He's stupid. We agree on that.
It
All
was
right.
the starting season. It's
All right.
actually on topic.
Okay, yeah. Whatever. Next. Jamari Connor, kind of a scary situation on Sunday. Went out with a concussion. Looked like he was unconscious for a few seconds. He
I like Jamar Connor.
do what?
I like Jamar Connor.
Yeah, I like Jamari
He's
Connor
a-
too. He's a hard player, man.
Yeah,
He plays tough. He's he plays all out, right? Gives his all on every play. Even though I sometimes complain about his open field tackling abilities, he is one of our better defensive backs overall. But yeah, he took a knee to the kind of like side of the head, chin area from Nick Chubb, which dude's got tree trunks for legs.
Yes.
So I understand. I mean, he did what he's supposed to. He put his head in front, went for the wrap up, and he just got clobbered.
Yeah.
You know, so he's out with a concussion. Excuse me. He did get assistance. He did wind up walking off the field with a little bit of help, and wound up even walking all the way back to the locker room, which I was a little surprised about.
Yeah.
That they had him walk all the way back, but he was able to do so with assistance. It was pretty respectful from the Browns fans,
Yeah.
giving him a round of applause coming off the field, which isn't something you really see from Browns fans a lot. You know, a lot of times when the Browns fans are in the news, not for good things, you know. So shout out to you, Browns. What do we call them? Brownies? Browns fans, Browns Kingdom, Browns fandom. Where are they from? Cleveland. Shout out to you, Cleveland.
Browns backers.
Oh gosh, that's stupid.
Pardon?
That's stupid.
No way. That's real. I'm sorry.
Yeah, brownies are better.
Oh my gosh. Well, their mascot is Brownie the Elf. But anyway, shout out to you guys in your stupid fan name. Gosh, I was trying to give you guys props that you come out with a name of Browns backers. Jeez, if only you guys have linebackers that could tackle people. Jeez. All right, moving on. This is probably one of the more important ones. Patrick Mahomes left in the fourth quarter with a high ankle sprain. Are you high? What
Mild.
is that what that means?
I think it may be talking about the failed fourth down. I don't know.
Or is that for the fourth quarter?
Mild.
Is that what personal trainers give, like, signal-wise?
You're giving him so much credit right now.
That's what I feel like. Dude, this is the Hunger Games?
Sure.
Bro, we're never going to stay on track if we keep doing this.
This is such a scuff podcast.
This is such a scuffed episode. He's going to be week to week.
You've been talking the most.
Went out with a high ankle sprain. You guys are saying stupid stuff.
I didn't say anything.
He didn't say anything.
True.
I got in trouble for putting up my hand.
You know what? I'll eat that one. That's my bad. But it is a mild high ankle sprain. They're labeling him week to week, not day to day, which I'm a little surprised about. But honestly, we have probably the best backup in the league in Carson Wentz. The guy could probably be starting for like 12 teams right now with all the quarterback issues in the NFL. So I'm pretty ecstatic to see him kind of step in. And I was talking about us getting rest against the Texans anyways. You know, we are still 2 games up on the Bills technically. Game and a half if you think about it, because if we lose 2, the Bills win out, then the Bills actually take the number 1 seed. Yeah. But, yeah, so if you don't remember, Patrick Mahomes played the entirety of the 2022 season or postseason with a high ankle sprain. You know, he got injured against the Jaguars where Chad Henne came in, finished out the game. Then
the Henne.
Anything is possible. And then you know, he played with that high ankle sprain. You know, throughout all the way to the Super Bowl. Even re-injured it in the Super Bowl, but still finished the game. So that was a severe high ankle sprain, right? So I think he'll be fine. He actually, in the offseason, trains his body for flexibility to kind of help with these kind of injuries.
Yeah,
and I mean, even his strength and conditioning coach posted on X and said he was ready for this, or he's built for this. So I think it's going to be a quick turnaround for him. Honestly, I mean, if some way the Bills can lose against the Jets or the Patriots.
I just looked at their last 3 games, and
it's the Patriots, the Jets, the Patriots, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, if they lose against the Patriots this week for some crazy reason, I say rest them against the Steelers and then play them against the Broncos. Which
we need Coach Mayo to pull out the Belichick game where who's it? Mac Jones threw the ball 2 times and they ran it everything else. And they beat him. By like 1 or 2 or something. Pull it out.
Pull it out. Pull it out. That's what we need. So
it's a division game. Division games can go wild.
They can go wild, man. Anything can happen. Anything is possible. Okay.
Yeah.
Also, in case you didn't see, Harrison Butker actually started this week. Matthew Wright was released, and Harrison Butker came in and missed a field goal for us. So that was cool.
Which was a weird.
Yeah, we'll talk about that when we get into the game. Oh my gosh, that's so stupid. DJ Humphries also didn't get the start last week. Joe Tooney jumped out. Mike Caliendo came in at guard. I thought they did great. We'll talk more about that as well. My favorite thing so far, though, there is a possibility. The injuries are done. Injuries are done. So last Friday, Hollywood Brown was designated to return from IR and practiced on Friday. Okay, there is a decent to good chance that Hollywood Brown actually plays Saturday against the Texans.
Especially that we let go Clyde Edwards, which
projects really
spot.
Yeah, gives that spot open for Hollywood Brown. So I'm pretty stoked to have that guy get him some reps with Chad Henne a couple weeks before Patrick Mahomes comes back, and I mean we're just cruising. You know,
with who?
I said Chad Henne.
Oh,
Carson Wentz. Oh man,
maybe they brought him in and they just been working on the sideline.
I miss you, Chad. I miss you. Sorry, is that weird? Weird to say.
No, I mean,
anyways, that's my news. That's my injury recaps. Like, let's get to the game. Good night.
Let's go, Henne.
Let's go, Henne. Okay. So
Henne did great this game.
Shut up.
No interceptions.
Dude, I hate you guys. Dionte, what's your initial reaction to the game?
Just that.
I'm just kidding. I love you.
Yeah, I just gave you my reaction.
Yeah. Okay. What's your initial reaction?
My initial reaction is, bam! We're 13-1. Listen.
Oh, man. We're going to get some shorts out of this one, man.
Yeah.
My initial reaction, it was feeling really good. Okay, let me say. It was feeling good to get some separation of a win. Let me say that, okay? To get a separation of a win.
We won by more than you wanted to. You wanted 10. We got 14.
Yeah. That is true. That's true. The other side of it is I just didn't like that we punted 9 times, in this game to where, we was in control of it.
I've got a rant about that in a minute.
Yeah. To where we was in control of it. And I don't know, just a weird, it was just kind of eerie feeling like we get this lead, this win, we get sacks, we get turnovers, but it was just still felt
no points,
right? Yes, because when you have that many, and this is what we've been talking about. We've been talking about we can get some pressure, we get some sacks, and we get some turnovers to get the extra possessions. That's where you can capitalize.
Yep.
And so we didn't capitalize as we should have, and that was that eerie part of it, because it was just like, man, there was just like some things going really well, but then things that was just like, why aren't these things? Why aren't these other things going well?
Right.
And so, we wanted that score to go up more. We had opportunities for it, and I will say that the punts back to back
Bro,
were just a little frustrating to see.
A little discouraging.
I don't know. Maybe we're just so
we're spoiled a little bit. We are spoiled a little bit.
We're just so spoiled.
I mean, Browns fans have been dealing with that for decades.
Yeah, decades of spoils. But yes, they
have 6 winning seasons since 1999.
6.
The Browns 6 winning seasons. Anyways, continue.
Yeah. So it was it was good to see some things that that did happen. I love that it's kind of seemed like a little bit Xavier Worthy's getting ramped up a little bit. Although I did hate that they gave that as a backward pass because I needed more fantasy points for Patrick Mahomes. And he didn't get it because it was counted as a run.
I mean, it's like touchdown. It's really like a 0.25 yard difference between like where the ball was released and where the ball was caught.
Yeah.
Because people are like, oh, but Mahomes was behind this line. Yeah, but his arm slot, where his arm was between the 26 and 27, and that's where Worthy caught it, was between the 26 and 27.
Yeah.
So I see why they did it.
Yeah.
It just kind of stinks because I also had Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
I'm like, and I wanted Patrick Mahomes to get that 3rd touchdown.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Really nice.
I really did. And like, if Patrick Mahomes puts it a little further in front of Xavier Worthy doesn't have to catch it on his shoulder. He can catch it in front of him.
Yeah.
It's those little things that Mahomes is still just a little off with. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I don't know if someone a little bit get into the head a little bit on the fact of all the talks about making the plays downfield, because there were several that were forced that you could just see Patrick
way
Mahomes
off.
Yeah, looked kind of I don't know.
Off.
It just looked kind of uncomfortable in a way. And some of the mechanics there with it.
Right.
Even though we know he can make some plays with when he doesn't have the best mechanics, but we didn't capitalize on some of those moments. And even like the one on Justyn watching, he wasn't even open.
Nope.
So
Xavier Worthy was open underneath,
Yeah.
but Patrick Mahomes, by the time he got open, though, a lot of people are like, when he's releasing the ball, Xavier Worthy's wide open.
Yeah.
But when Patrick Mahomes is making the decision and starting the launch, Xavier Worthy has a man over top of him.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. So there is coverage there. A lot of people love taking these freeze frames
and
being like, oh, this could have been happening. I'm like, yeah, okay, I get that. But the reason that defender didn't go with Xavier Worthy is
sees
because
the ball released and
Mahomes is like winding up, bro. If he's winding up, he's not going for a short pass.
Yeah.
So that linebacker is trying to get vertical. So
Yep. So yeah, there's that. That's that.
Okay.
It was. I know there's been a lot of the talk. After the game, about and even during the game, about the Chiefs running the ball. And this one's this one's a little weird as well. is because when you think about it, Kareem Hunt had 13 carries. Isaiah Pacheco had 13 carries. Technically, Xavier Worthy had 3. Piron had 1. And so when you look at that, the total, we had a total of 35. You removed the 3 from Wentz and the 2 from Pat Mahomes there. You remove those. That's still quite a bit of carries overall, right? Still quite a bit.
I mean, you look, it's 35 carries to 40 passes.
Yeah.
It's way better statistic than last week.
Yeah, when you look at that, now we are all frustrated because we're like, in the fourth quarter, let's run the ball. There was 8 passes that were incomplete in a row from Patrick Mahomes. Mm-hmm. And, yeah, that's where I think we got to do a little better at just, at that time. Let's milk the clock. Let's let the linemen up front, do some work. Let's let these running backs, Kareem Hunt, even on his first run, he's pretty stoked, against his former team. He has a big run. So let's give these guys the ball, give some Pacheco some more reps as he's coming back, and then take the load off of Mahomes a little bit because he was getting pressured and he was getting hit.
He got
in that game.
Mahomes got hit 12 times in that game. So he didn't get sacked, but he was hit 12 times on 38 dropbacks. That's almost a 33% chance, or like a 30% of the time he's getting hit.
Yeah.
That's not a good number for your quarterback. Now, we didn't give up sacks, which is good. And to build off of yours, let's go specifically to the third quarter. So third quarter, we come out, we get that turnover to start the quarter, touchdown.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
We're dry, we're pumped, we're hungry. Let's do this. Next drive we get 56 seconds, 3 and out. We have 1 rush and 2 incompletions for 0 yards.
Right.
Next drive we get 6 plays, 10 yards total, 2 rushes, but 3 incompletions.
Yep.
Next drive we get 3 plays, 3 incompletions. This is part of it. 26 seconds, and we punt the ball. We get the ball back with 21 seconds in the third quarter. 21 seconds in the third quarter. Mm-hmm. We punt the ball with 5 seconds left in the third quarter because of 3 incomplete. Run the dang ball.
There it is.
16 seconds?
Yeah.
We punt the ball 16 seconds after we take over?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
We did.
Okay, I digress.
Yeah, we did.
I digress.
There it is.
But to go on good notes, for the first time in the game, I wasn't worried since the Las Vegas game in Vegas.
Yeah.
I mean, that was only a 7-point game, but realistically, there was a last-minute touchdown by them. It was a double-digit game almost the entire game once we took the lead.
Yep. And so, and on that, which we gave up, obviously one of our biggest runs of the year, where Jerome Ford going 62 yards. But
without that rush, we only gave up 70 yards.
Yeah. Yeah. So
not terrible.
No, not terrible at all.
I was a little angry with Josiah about it last night, but then reevaluating, I was like, bro, we gave up 139 yards or whatever it is. 139 yards. Like, what the heck, man? But you take away that 62 yards, really 77 yards isn't bad.
Yeah.
That's not a bad day.
No, not at all. Not at all. So I'm not mad about it, either because of that. It was amazing just seeing the defense play really well. Seeing the turnovers was really good. Something that we, let me say this. Taken away from this game, even beside the point of, not capitalizing on the turnovers and different things, it felt great to see just some of that old pressure sack. We got 5 sacks.
Yep.
Karlaftis was having a game. You know what I mean? Which he's been that silent sleeper since we drafted him, right?
Yeah.
And so he had a game. He played extremely well. And just seeing, where we have had issues within our secondary.
Right.
As we've talked about, even injuries in our secondary, just to see them make some plays and come up big with getting some turnovers was great to see, because we're at a point in this season that postseason is literally right around the corner.
Right.
And we are in the postseason.
Yep.
It's clinched for us to be there, right? And so to see some of these moments that, hopefully on some of the areas of improvement kind of going up is what we want to see to keep this momentum. And here's the thing. Where we've been averaging giving up 21 points a game the last several weeks or so, we gave up 7 points defensively.
Yep.
You know what
against
I'm
a team that put up a lot of points against Denver.
This is the team who beat the Baltimore
Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yeah.
The two teams
the divisional guys
in their division. And again, Jameis Winston, this has just been
this is his low
epitome of his career, to where he can throw a lot of yards, a lot of touchdowns, and a lot of turnovers.
Yep.
And this is just the game to where he didn't get in the end zone, and you saw a lot of turnovers because he can sling it, and they've been allowing him to, even going forward on some fourth downs. So it was great for them to lock in the secondary, to hold, to cause turnovers, and we got some pressures. And that's the thing. When you and beside the point of not scoring more, it was just the fact that, and yes, we hated the possessions where we didn't really move the ball, but just to get the ball in our offensive hands to where at any one of those some great things could have been capitalized.
Right.
And that's what we want to see, is just getting our offense more possessions, get some more rhythm, and we just continue to work out the things that we need to during the game.
Right. We have 15 total drives. Like, a team probably averages 2 to 2.5 drives a quarter, right? So, like, we'll say 2 to 3, right? So top end, like 12 drives. I mean, we got 6 extra possessions in theory because of the turnovers, right?
Right.
And, like, credit to Jameis Winston for, like, trying to stick through it. A couple of those turnovers were just really good plays by the defense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brian Cook jumping up as high as he did to get that. Like, that was a great – Nick Bolton taking away that ball for an interception.
From Nick Chubb.
It was behind Nick Chubb, but, I mean, his ability to, like, grab it from him as he fall into the ground. Trent McDuffie looking at the Jumbotron.
Yeah.
And then realizing the ball's coming his way, turns around and catches it as it gets to him.
Let's give it for McDuffie.
Yeah, first interception of your career, buddy. You deserve it.
That's insane to me.
It's insane.
I mean, it's not insane.
That's insane.
It's not insane.
Nobody's challenging McDuffie
because he locked.
Nobody's throwing towards McDuffie.
Yeah.
And when they do, sure. They may run some slants and they catch it and he gets the tackle or whatever. But it's just a simple fact of, he's there. And when they do challenge him, he's just there.
Yep.
So
he has a lot of passes defensed.
It is a crazy point.
Yep.
But here's another thing. McDuffie is he's a sound player mentally, right? He doesn't gamble. Like Diggs.
Right.
Diggs.
Yep.
He has a lot of interceptions, but he gambles
but
a lot.
He gets beat a lot.
He gets beat.
He gets
and
beat
he loses
a lot.
A lot.
Well,
and that's one thing that McDuffie is not willing to give up,
right.
which is fantastic.
Yep. And you'll see, like, in people's careers, corners tend to have less interceptions than safeties, right? Because a lot of times safeties are covering over top. They can be reading they have a full view of the field right in front of them. Mm-hmm. They can be reading the quarterback and the receiver at the same time, and they can jump those routes a little bit better because Trent McDuffie's going to be man-on-man most of the time, right? A lot of the time he's man-on-man, and he's reading the receiver, and he wants to play the ball as it gets to the receiver. He has, one of the fewest amounts of penalties against him for a cornerback because he plays the defenders well, right? So,
I guess, he's been a lot of a slot coverage guy,
right?
And a lot, some of that slot coverage is more quick routes and different things that they're running that don't always allow him to get there. But again, they don't challenge him.
No,
don't challenge him.
Nope. Well, and credit to Trent McDuffie. If I'm not mistaken, was that Jaden Hicks' first interception?
No, I think Jaden Hicks.
Did he get one earlier in the year?
I think he's had one. Maybe
but then
was it our last turnover?
That proves to my point that safeties have the ability to read balls a little bit better. Brian Cook, safety, being able to read that route. So, man, credit to
that was so cool.
Credit to Trent McDuffie, and it was a crazy interception.
It was
crazy interception. So credit to you, man.
Yeah, look it off the Jumbotron.
Literally off the Jumbotron.
That is crazy.
And the reporters had to have him explain what he meant by Jumbotron. yeah, the big video board on the Like somebody had to explain or ask him to clarify.
Yeah,
that's so stupid.
Yeah, Jaden Hicks had an interception against
The 49ers?
49ers?
49ers.
Okay, yep.
And against the Panthers.
So he has three this year?
I apologize.
Or does he have 2?
I think.
Is it just 2?
Okay. I looked wrong. We'll say 2.
Okay, sweet. But we're 13-1, baby. 13-1. The best record in the NFL right now.
Yeah.
Sorry, Lions. Maybe one day you'll get on our level.
Whoa.
You might score more points, but you also have more losses.
Whoa.
I think that does kind of show how good the Bills are.
No, Bills are dangerous.
Bills are dangerous, but they're always dangerous in the regular season.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens in the playoffs. All right. So I mean, that being said, I think let's just kind of talk about Houston, man. Houston, what's your initial like?
Houston,
as a team,
Houston.
They're a little scary. They're a little scary.
And here's the thing, they're deflated on their offense a little bit with some injuries in the room there. But Nico Collins is very scary. He's a great player, and we've seen what C.J. Stroud can do.
Yeah.
The only thing is though, he is getting pressured a ton, and they have, I think, if not the highest paid, one of the highest paid tackles in the league with Larry Tunsil, and he's just not having, he's struggling too.
Yeah.
Their line is struggling, and so again, excuse me, seeing how we were able to get pressure this game gives such great hope and momentum going into this Texans game. Knowing that Houston has struggled here too. So, again, when you get, and again, just like Mahomes, you get these really great quarterbacks that sometimes, man, they have PTSD in the pocket and, and throw some things off. So it's just a matter of getting some pressure to them. A big question mark to check out is Joe Mixon, if he's healthy or not, because Joe Mixon has been having a year, but he did get injured in that game. I don't know if he came back or not, but there's something around there. So they're kind of banged up as well offensively. Defensively, they're able to get some pressure. So again, we was able to not give up a sack, but we got Mahomes was pressured a lot, get hit a lot. So we'll have to protect that. Hopefully in moments running the ball more, maybe some shorter routes, some chips. Also, what I loved to see that I did see in this Cleveland game, that I think we got to take into the next is there was a lot of times where they motioned a receiver or tight end, and they were pretty close to the tackle or just over where Myles Garrett lined up as. And so just to even give him, even if they didn't chip, just to give him a little, thinking in his mind, okay, here's the tackle, here's this guy, kind of like, where am I going to get my pass rush, right? Just to throw him off just a little bit. So I think continuing that. The Texans, though, they can put up some points. They can move the ball well, but Texans just haven't looked consistent this year. And so I think that we can manage this game well. We know the big question mark is Patrick Mahomes in or not. I think if Hollywood Brown is able to come back this game and you have a Wentz starting, it just gives him another weapon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And Carson Wentz is pretty mobile as well. So, he can move on his feet, under pressure. So I think we have enough weapons around if we can have a, let me say, simplified game plan for Wentz. Not to say that he can't handle the complexity because he's a great veteran player, but just simplify it so that we can remove some of the pressures if he's starting, because they do got a couple guys defensively that can rush the ball.
I think we'll see a bunch of screens. You'll see a bunch of quick outs to backs or on jet sweeps. You'll see Xavier Worthy running in the flat or. I was going to say McCole Hardman, but not him. Maybe even get Nico Remigio involved a little bit. If Hollywood Brown's back, you'll see probably a little bit more vertical stuff. But a lot of quick routes to Noah Gray and DeAndre Hopkins. A lot of quick little passes, crosses, and stuff. So stuff like that, I think we'll see to help Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
And I do think we'll run the ball a little bit more to help him out, right?
Yeah.
At least in the first half. You got to establish, which a majority of our rushes were in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
You got to establish a run game.
That's
right.
True.
You got to establish a run game. So we'll probably do the same thing and then just open it up for Carson Wentz. And I tell you what, if Carson Wentz does good in this game, rest Mahomes against the Steelers. If Carson Wentz can go out, get 2 touchdowns for 250 yards, no interceptions, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, something like that. 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Like, give Mahomes a rest against the Steelers. You know?
Yeah. The only thing there is, I don't know. I feel better of him getting the rest against Broncos than Pittsburgh.
Right.
I don't know. That Christmas Day, you get that. I think that game is more impactful than this Saturday in a sense, because that really solidifies what chance the Bills have or not.
Yeah, if we win this game and against the Steelers, we get the number 1 seed.
Yeah, because if we lose one of those, then you gotta have the other game.
Win.
You gotta be everybody locked in. That's the thing.
Yep.
Say we beat the Texans, well, guess what? We gotta still beat
the Steelers or the Broncos
or the Broncos. And you would, it would be great to maybe see a 2. I don't know. This is the tough thing, because then I am seeing your point where, like, maybe we could rest like Mahomes against Pittsburgh, and then he plays against Denver. So then he only has 1 week rest rather than 2. You don't want to come sluggish, in that first. If you got the home field advantage and you get that first round bye, so that one's a little tough.
We do end on 2 road games, man.
Yeah.
Like, we end at Steelers, at Broncos.
Yeah.
that's tough.
Yeah,
those are 2 very tough places to play.
Well, and coming in this Saturday game, Will Anderson and Daniil Hunter are monster of ends.
Yeah,
and then
they're no slouches.
Yeah, and then Pittsburgh, you got Watt and Highsmith.
Yeah,
and they are pretty. They're monster guys on the ends.
And then you got the Broncos defensive line that put some work in on us.
Yeah,
in Arrowhead.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a lot of Chiefs, in my opinion, have the hardest schedule in the NFL. Yeah. Obviously, usually Super Bowl champions do.
Yeah,
right, the following year. But a lot of teams overperformed this year.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, and the Bills have the easiest schedule for the rest of the year. They play the Patriots, then the Jets, and then the
Patriots again.
So compared to us, like, we have.
So
to
we
really
have to win
out.
2 of the last 3. We have to win 2 of the last 3. Just like, we control our destiny, right?
Yeah.
Which is where you want the
absolutely.
You want to be able to control your season.
And this is why I think that, they obviously we feel and look the best opportunity. Is with Patrick Mahomes on the field.
Yep.
It's just that, man, you do want to see that get better. The great thing is that it was a mild sprain, and so that helps a little bit.
Yeah.
Him training for that.
Yep.
But you would like to see that, potentially going to this Houston game, maybe Carson Wentz is the starter.
Yeah.
I would love, obviously, Mahomes out there, but I don't know. I think we just have to be smart and understanding what the goal is here. And I get it. It's like, if it puts up risk. But listen, I believe in Carson Wentz.
I do too.
I think Carson Wentz is a great veteran player.
Yep.
I think the coaching staff around him will help him play smart. I know sometimes he can throw a lot of yards and some touchdowns and have some turnovers.
Yep.
But I think to help him play smart, and I don't think he's played with the level of weapons around him as what we have here. Even on their.
I mean, last time he started was for what, Indianapolis?
Yes. The Colts. No. Washington. The last year was with the Washington, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because Gardner Minshew was the starter.
Yep.
So Washington, and he played. I think half the Rams.
No, Rams last year, Washington the year before.
Okay, yeah.
But
that's real.
But he played in 8 games against Washington, or with Washington. So, I mean, but even then, Terry McLaurin,
yeah.
But outside of Terry McLaurin, he didn't really have a whole lot.
Yeah, you got D-Hop, who, man, that guy catches everything, bro.
Best tight end in the history of the NFL, in my opinion.
you got Kelsey, and then Gray is there. You got Speedster and Worthy. You got 2 dynamic running backs.
Hollywood might be back.
Yeah, Hollywood might be back. Juju, he got a touchdown.
Yeah,
last game.
People sleep on Juju, man. Don't sleep on Juju because he'll Juju on that beat.
Well, just like that, dog. So again, I think that that we have weapons around that can that Wentz can uphold in that game, and our defense again, they step up and gets the ball back in our offense hands. I think whichever way they go, we're safe. Well, we're okay. Yeah. Okay, let me say this. Anything can happen. We get that. I think we're okay with either quarterback. Mm-hmm. It's just that, man, you would hate just to see Mahomes getting hit so much with 2 defensive ends that, the rookie of the year, defensive rookie of the year, and Will Anderson Jr. and Daniil Hunter. We looked to getting him last year because we needed a pass rusher.
Yep.
That's the player you got. So, we got to lock in, and I think this game is a dub. I think we can come out top in this game. We just got to.
It's our last game in Arrowhead of the season.
Yeah.
We need everybody to show up, man.
Yeah.
Show up, show out. We're gonna be loud. 8. I don't think we'll break the record or whatever, but the Texans are solidified pretty much in the number 4 slot.
It's gonna be a little chilly. I have 45.
I mean, I guess
I have 30. I have 39.
I have 39.
I have 39. So just, but yeah, come out and show out. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. I mean, they could be playing for the 3rd slot in the AFC, like between them and Pittsburgh. But they pretty much have their slot determined. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think they have clinched.
Right.
I think.
So yeah. I'm pretty stoked to see what we can do. Even without Mahomes,
guys,
you know what I mean? So
yeah, we got to come locked in. Can't underestimate because they can put some points on the board. So
yeah, man.
And we gotta lock up against Nico, man. He's big.
Nico's big, and we have trouble. We've had trouble with receivers the past couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So we need to lock that down. Trent McDuffie, we need a game from you, man. 2nd interception of the year. Let's go. Let's go. 2nd interception of your career.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I'll take it.
Yeah, man. Cool. You got anything else before we leave the podcast today?
Let's get this dub.
Let's get this dub.
Be sure to watch. And, let's
cheer them on. It's Saturday at noon, man.
Yeah.
What are you doing Saturday at noon? The yard work. It's cold outside.
Yeah.
Get inside, watch football. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. You got anything, Josiah?
No.
Okay, don't you ever disrespect Clyde Edwards-Helaire like that again.
Look, that's a weird version of disrespect, but
Did you ever disrespect him again?
I think you feel disrespected, and you're projecting on Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Yeah. Maybe. That's a possibility.
Disrespected his moment.
That's true. I'm sorry.
I was trying to show him love, and you showed him, hey, we were 14-1 at one point.
I talked about his statistically his best season with the Chiefs.
See, not even you're convinced. You just stuttered.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's fine.
All right, everything's okay. We love each other, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That being said, you got nothing else. All right, until next time, guys. Thy kingdom come.